One, as a result of the commandment in the Torah,
Amen.
in Vayikra 23. And number two, because our bridegroom is missing.
Exactly.
So we really have no excuse not to fast. Because the 12 disciples, they had to fast because the Torah says fast, afflict your soul on Yom Kippur. We, on the other hand, I'm sorry, but on the other days, they were not allowed to fast. We, on the other hand, have two reasons to fast. Torah, and our bridegroom is missing. We have two reasons to fast. When we fast on Yom Kippur, amen?
Amen.
We're going to do it to obey the Torah, afflicting our souls.
Amen.
But we're also going to do it because our bridegroom is not here. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
You see how I'm all tying it into returning? Baruch Hashem Yahweh. I said Baruch Hashem. Everybody around Yeshua was fasting in Yeshua's day. They were all fasting and fasts before Yahweh. And he forbid his Talmidim to fast. Except on what? Yom Kippur. What was the only day that the apostles fasted? Yom Kippur. That was the only day. All the other religious people fast. Has anything changed, really?
Nope.
Not really.
How about the Catholicos?
All the time. On Friday.
Every time they see a fish, they start fasting. Right? Every time they see a guppy. Italiana, settimana tu state de feste. Cordova. Talenta, make a talenta. It's 40 days of the talenta. You go to the talenta, I go talenta, you go to everybody go talenta. It's weird stuff, man. So in the days of Yeshua, who was fasting? All the religious folks. All Israel fasted when? On Yom Kippur. So how am I going to tie this all up? Okay, we got why people were healed. Everybody was healed before Yeshua rose from the dead. We got that down. His authority had not yet been established through the what? Through the resurrection. So what else did we got down? We got down that the bridegroom is missing. We got that down, right? So we fast now because the bridegroom's not here. So on Yom Kippur, how many reasons do we have for fasting? Two. One, it's a command. The second, the bridegroom is not here. We're his disciples. Yeshua said when the bridegroom is taken, then they will fast.
Amen.
Correct? But now I want to tie it in. I want to tie it all into Rachamim. I want to tie it into mercy for healing for our brothers like Matthew and like other people who are looking for their physical healing. Okay? Am I saying that there's no more healing after the tree of sacrifice? No, just the opposite. But you're going to have to approach it from a different angle. You have to approach it from a different angle. Then everybody got healed. It was an automatic pilot. You follow me?
Right.
Follow me, Chris? It was automatic. Why? The authority of the resurrection had not yet been established in the earth. So that you may know that the Son of Man has power to forgive sins, he said to the sick of the palsy, rise up and take your quilt. That you may know that I'm doing this to establish my authority, not just to heal your child out of mercy, because I can do that in a second. Are you with me, Nadine? I can do that in a second. I can heal your child. I can bring healing in a New York minute. But Yeshua said I'm after something greater. Now look at Matthew 9:12. Matthew 9:12. And we close with this. Listen to this. But when Yahshua heard that, he said to them, again, another recounting of the Yochanan Moshe account. Same account in a different Besorah. When Yeshua heard that, he said to them, those who are whole do not need a what? Physician. Matthew 9:12. You should be there. I said you should be there.
Amen. We're there.
Get there. Let your fingers do the walking. They that are whole do not need a physician.
Amen.
They who are sick, same thing. Second witness, same thing Yochanan Moshe was saying. Who's sick? All who admit they are.
Amen.
That's what Shabbat Shuvah is all about. Shabbat Shuvah is all about admitting you're sick. I don't care if you used to be a rabbi. I don't care if you used to be a pastor or a poster. I don't care who you used to be. Not impressed. I don't care if you were the General Secretary of the coup d'etat of the First United Nations of the Messianic Israel Secretary Alliance. Don't care. You could be washed in the blood of Yeshua, but this is a Shabbat Shuvah. It's a Shabbat to return. But many folks are not going to return. They're going to run into Yom Kippur and start repenting. You don't run into the presence of Yahweh. You prepare your heart.
Amen.
Amen.
I see the way some of us come in here. sweetheart, you got the keys? And we're just floating and moaning and floating and moaning and floating. The right way is to prepare your heart. Sit down, close your eyes, and start praying for the service. Wow. What a radical concept. Open the Word. Say, Yahweh, speak to me today. I don't want to waste 4 hours of my life sitting in somebody's living room. I'll just move on. It's a good time to move on. Of course I'm not talking about you. It's never about you. Verse 13. And we talked about this a few weeks ago. Verse 13. Matthew 9:13. But go and learn.
What this means. Come on now.
Bruno, stop. Bruno, we twisted. Come on, let's be honest. We twisted that word. All right. This is not. They didn't. That's not what it meant. All right.
Right.
Please.
Make the shoe after that.
Exactly. And if you don't, you're gonna lose your reverend paperwork.
Still want to learn.
I'll rebuke that. I don't want to see that. Okay, verse 13. But go and learn. Go and learn what this means. Now, let's put this in context. Go and learn what this means. I desire rachamim, not sacrifice. Fry rachamim, mercy.
Amen.
What is mercy? Give me a definition of mercy. Don't say Yahweh is good. That's not a definition.
Compassion.
Go ahead.
Compassion.
Compassion.
What does it mean?
Welcoming.
No. What
Compassion.
does mercy mean?
Understand.
What's the difference between mercy and grace? What's the difference between mercy and grace? Grace is unmerited favor. What's mercy? Judgment withheld.
Judgment withheld.
Oh, that's right.
Grace is unmerited favor. Mercy is judgment withheld. You do a judgment, you do the stroke of the curse of breaking Yahweh's Torah, but Yahweh withholds his judgment, it's mercy.
Wow.
It's completely different than grace. Completely. Unmerited favor, you receive something you haven't earned, like salvation. Mercy is the withholding of hell, the lake of fire, judgment, the withholding of judgment. Now look, I desire rachamim and not sacrifice.
Amen.
I am not come to call the tzaddikim, the righteous, but I am come to call who? Sinners to teshuvah. On this Shabbat, Shuvah, as we prepare our heart to go into Yom Kippur in 5 days.
Amen.
Now listen, let's talk about mercy and healing. Let me explain to you how healing operates today. Let me explain to you how it's different. It's in the atonement, but it's different. Yahweh's desire is to teach us his rachamim, to ourselves and to others. Go and learn what this means. I desire rachamim today. And that is why he died as our kippurah, our atonement, our blood atonement. And that is why he healed all back then, but not now. In other words, his rachamim at the tree had not yet been manifested, so everybody was healed to establish his authority. The physically sick were those that Yeshua used to demonstrate his rachamim and his authority. Now today we follow Torah, but today we do the Torah to go and learn and to keep learning of his rachamim, not new sacrifices, and we don't use the letter to abuse others in the kingdom. I'll say that again. We go and we keep learning and learning and learning and learning and learning Torah. We go and we keep learning Torah to learn what it means.
Amen.
That Yahweh desires rachamim. We go and learn Torah, so we go and learn what rachamim, not authority. Why? Where do we receive his authority? In the empty tomb. Stay with me or I'm not going to close. Where do we receive his authority? From the empty tomb. Why was everybody healed back then, Rachel? Because his authority had not yet been established through his death, burial, resurrection, and ascension. So if we're going to get healed today and not everybody gets healed, how are you going to get healed?
Mercy.
If not everybody gets healed today and you're believing for healing, how are you going to get healed? Because today, not everybody gets healed. Go and learn what this means.